Hi, hello my friends, how are you? Now this is a little bit of unusual start to my video, not my usual setup as I'm at the late and in the turning smog, but there has been a couple of unusual days lately. So first let me just, before I tell you what happened, I just want to say thank you to all of your kind wishes, lovely words. On Sunday, I posted a picture that I'm in the hospital on Facebook and Instagram, and I got a ton of comments and everything, which I cannot answer all of them, but thank you to all of you for kind wishes, lovely words, and everything. So what happened is on between Friday and Saturday in the midnight, I ended up in the ER. So my appendix started to act up without too much symptoms before that. A few hours before that, the stomach ache and so on, but nothing too major. And of course, the temperature, high temperature. But other than that, pretty normal day, I guess. And on a Saturday morning, I was already on the surgical table because the appendix was just ready to burst, and there was no signs apart from these symptoms that I mentioned. The ultrasound and all the other blood work and so on didn't show any signs of be ready to burst. So that's why they waited up to morning, but it was pretty much a minute to 12, as we say. So I'm glad that I was taken care of properly. Surgery went well. It's a standard procedure, so we call it laparoscopy, so 3 holes in the stomach, and that's pretty much it. On Monday, so that was yesterday, I was released to home care, so now I'm laying at home for at least 2 weeks to give my body a full rest and not lifting anything heavy for the next at least 5 weeks. So a little bit of a adaptation, I would say, but I have my beautiful wife to ensure me that I do not break this rest time. She's standing by with the baseball bat after, so no jokes around. So of course I'm going to rest and put health in the first place as it should be. So the reason for this video is to give you an update and also to give you an update on what's going to happen with the videos and the tools as well. So the first thing, the videos, I've never missed videos for the last almost 4 years, I believe. I never missed a date, or no longer than a week, I believe, of posting a video, and I want to keep that consistency as best I can. Now, of course, there won't be turning in real time from this time, but what I'm going to do is repost some of the older videos that are good, filled with good information, and I'm going to give you a different point of view, let's say. So what I'm probably going to do is do a voiceover on that older video and show you what changed, or give you just a different point of view, say the things that I maybe forgot to say in the video that will give you more information and more info or better understanding on what's happening in the video. So, and also the plan is maybe to uh, repost some of the old videos, the first maybe 5 videos, and remove the music because I've done the music as well in that time. So remove the music and give you a voiceover what have changed, where I grew up, let's say in technique, what I would do differently, and so on. So maybe that aspect of Overwatch, let's say, giving you voiceover, giving you advice, what I would change, maybe would help you out on your journey as well. And I just want to keep these videos posting as much as I can, of course. Some of you ask how you can help out in this situation, this period of my life, and the simple answer is just watch my videos if you like them, of course. Like them, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. So all those simple small steps help out with views and everything, especially during this time where I don't post something new, but rather repost something old, but with a little twist, let's say. So again, I might incorporate several videos or several shots for one technique or something like that. So there will be a little bit of a playing around on my laptop and on my phone to get these videos out, but I cannot watch movies all day. There's just not too many movies that I like these days. Now, regarding the tools itself, the tools should be ready next week, early next week, from Crown, and they also jumped in a little bit, start to do a little bit of more prep work that usually I do by myself. So when the tools do arrive, I have a little less work to do, so things should move a little bit faster. But again, once the tools do arrive, after this 2 week period of resting time, then I can start working on those. I hope, if everything goes well, all tools should be sent out in October. So by the end of the October, all tools should be on their way, if not already at their new location, at their new lathe. So that's the plan. Everything, I hope, should go nice and smoothly. Again, I will give myself enough rest time to get this nicely over with, and then I can move back to my usual pace. And also, I know there is a lot of questions asking when the next pre-order will be as well. I hope to announce one more pre-order this year, the last one. Again, hopefully by end of October, not sure yet. I first want to start to prep these tools from the last batch. Once those are on the way, then I can start to see about the next one. And some of the tools that will be in the next pre-order, the new ones, will be ball scrapers, heavy duty ball scrapers for the bottom of the bowl, so inside of the bowl. So that should be really interesting as well. So yeah, again, thank you very much for all your support and everything. Thank you so much. And now let me show you what I've come up with new type of videos, at least while I'm on the rest time. Of course, after that, turning at the lathe as usual, as my usual format, let's say. So thank you. Now, this was my first ever published YouTube video, and I think I filmed this maybe a little over 5 years ago, but I was just negotiating with myself, should I post this or not. And while you see me here screwing on the screw chuck, you'll see that I've positioned the camera quite poorly in this shot right now, and I'll use this opportunity to give you a little background history, how I started and when I started actually. Now, next year I'll be 35 years old, and that would make 20 years since I started my woodworking journey as an apprentice first. So from age 15 to age 18, I was a woodworking apprentice in the trade school. And a little fun fact, a little later, at the age of 19, my first job would be at the very same school, but we'll get to that. Now, I was quite fortunate because I fell under the wings of several old masters before they retired. So I learned, you can imagine, quite an old bag of tricks from these guys, and I had a blast during those apprenticeship years. But one of the masters there was actually one of the last teachers of wood turning back when the wood turning was a separate branch of woodworking. So you could have an occupation as a wood turner. These days that's not possible anymore, but back then it was. And like I said, I was quite fortunate to fell under his wing as well. So he showed me the basic ropes around the lathe. Now, a little fun fact, my first ever job was actually at the same woodworking school where I learned my trade. So right after high school, I think I just clocked age 19, I started to work there. So my job was to pass on what I learned to the next generation. So that was really great experience where I learned a lot from those masters. Some of the stuff I present these days through my videos, through my demonstrations, and it's not always about woodworking. So now, while I was working there for around 7 years, I would turn once a week roughly. So mostly, or I would say 99% of the time, spindle work. So chair legs, table legs, some of the railings and stuff like that. But no cross grain work, no bowls, no cross grain boxes. But that's quite important bit, as you'll find out in a few minutes. Now, also fun fact, for roughly 6 or 7 months in total, I worked for a company in Ireland as well, making bespoke kitchens, a wardrobe, and stuff like that. So that was really interesting, and traveling for the first time outside Croatia for the work and everything was really great experience, and I really enjoyed my time in Ireland. Great people. So after my return back to Croatia, I started to work for a couple of woodworking companies, actually three in total. And none of them or all of them had something in common, and that was basically not paying on time or not paying at all. So that was quite a nerve-wracking experience, if you like. So I had to find something else, and I was again fortunate. And this is my last job before I went self-employed, which was for a restoration company, and that company is sort of a public-based. Not sure if that's the correct terminology, but we restored. First of all, we would mount or dismounted old church altars, benches, and restore them. My job was, as you imagine, woodworking, so replacing the rotten bits, making the moldings. All the moldings had to fit the old profile, which was done by hand, and you would do mostly stuff or the bulk with machines, then the rest with hand tools. So really my sort of a niche for work, let's say. So I really enjoyed my time there, and this is the time, and we now actually arrived to 2019, where unfortunately my late uncle passed away, and that kind of a situations sort of get you to think, let's say. And my wife and I decided that it's time to start chasing my own dreams, and that dream was woodturning. Now, like I said, during all these years up to 2019, I would turn once a week or once every 2 weeks for furniture parts, table legs, and stuff like that. But I knew there is a lot more to explore, a lot more to investigate, to try out. And I just didn't have to learn from anybody here in Croatia. And even if it was somebody that turns the bowls, like there is a few of them, they would not share it. It was like you're going to steal the knowledge or anything like that, which is a nonsense. So I started to learn cross-grain work like anybody else, through YouTube, through books, through DVDs. And I was getting quite good, but I was not happy with the progress. I was not as efficient or as fast as I would like, because at this stage, as you're watching this video here, I was full-time at that restoration company doing woodworking repairs, restorations. So I would come home at around 3 o'clock, have a lunch, spend some time with my wife and my kid, and head back to the shop and stay out really late. Sometimes even the early mornings, trying to fulfill the orders, or trying to make something new, or try to just produce as much of the work so I could sell it somewhere. And in that time, there was a sentence that I was constantly saying to myself, which was, I have to justify the time that I spend away from my family. So this never got to be a hobby for me. And even though there is nobody in the world that loves woodturning more than I do, and I say that with full confidence, you just have to justify the time that you spend away from the family. And I think I found a way in 2021, I believe. That was the year when my younger son was born, and that was especially the time when I had to be as efficient as I could, because he's a kid that was born prematurely, had two major surgeries. Um, it wasn't easy. He has special needs and so on. If anything, this was now the time to get efficient, or actually stop doing what I really enjoy doing. And I think it was a God's hand or direction or click, even better, because at that time I saw for the first time Richard Raffan work, or video rather, from fine woodworking on turning a cherry bowl, and that video changed my life. After that video, I contacted Richard, and his guidance, his help, helped me out to become a better turner, or as I like to say, I would not be a wood turner that I am today if it wasn't for Richard help. And all I could say is thank you to Richard for everything. And I think from this point on, all of my videos and everything that you see is the result of that. A lot of his words, texts, pictures, guidance, and everything would be useless if I haven't done my part, if I haven't done the work on my end. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of every minute that I spend in my shop, spend making funnel bowls, making mistakes, getting catches, and everything. All that is part of learning, part of the journey, and everything, which I'm really proud of. And that kept me going. And I would never call myself a master or anything like that. I would always be and will be a student of the craft, and I will always try to find a better way or more efficient way. And that mentality, again, I learned from Richard. And yeah, that's pretty much in short my woodturning history, my working history as well. And everything sort of led to this point. Like I said, the my first job at school, getting that didactic approach to presenting videos, then working with a lot of the woodworking companies over the years, spending a little time in Ireland. All of that had impact, especially when my uncle passed away, who was a great figure in my life. All of those things sort of led to this point. So if you're having trouble with your business or your idea or anything like that, all I could say is hard work at some point has to pay off. I'm far from successful. I'm far from made it, approach, mentality. Uh, I'm just happy that I can do what I like to do on daily basics with my family and enjoy life. So that's the most important thing for me.